Hello and welcome to the in-depth series section of Drishti IAS. I'm Aisha, and in today's episode we will be talking about that how a member of parliament can lose his seat, or what are the constitutional provisions with regard to it, what is Article 101 and specifically what is Article 101 clause 4 of it. So let us first of all look at the points of discussion. First we will be looking at the news, then what is Article 101 and what are the different clauses under Article 101. Can MP seek leave, or what are the reasons or what are the clauses in that case, or in which case the seat of the MP can be vacant, and in the end the prelims MCQ. Topic is of relevance from General Studies paper 2, that is polity. News talks about what is Article 101 clause 4. So before moving forward, Drishti IAS Mukherjee Nagar classes has now been shifted to Noida, and the admissions are open for the IAS GS foundation course covering both prelims and mains. For English medium the admissions are open, and for Hindi medium also the admissions are open. In case of any query, give us a call at 87501 87501. The news talks about that a incarcerated member of parliament has moved the Punjab and Haryana High Court, and he has said that he need to attend the ongoing parliament session. Otherwise, if he will not go to the parliament, he will lose his seat because of his prolonged absence from the house, and this is the reason why he need to be in the house and why he need to attend the proceedings of the parliament to save his seat. MP who faces charges under the stringent National Security Act, he has contested and won the 2024 Lok Sabha election, and according to the PRS legislative research data, it says that the MP has been in the attendance to the parliament for only 2%, and this is the reason that why the MP needs to go to the parliament to have a required percentage. Then now comes the point that what are the cases in which the seat of an MP can be vacant, or in which the MP can lose his or her seat. So the constitutional provision talks about Article 101 and specifically Article 101 clause 4. So first of all let us see Article 101 clause 4, and then we will see the other three clauses also. So Article 101 clause 4, it talks about that for a period of 60 days, a member of either house of parliament means Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, for a period of 60 days, member of either house of parliament is without permission of the house. It means that the person has not taken permission from the house and is not attending the house also. So is absent from all meetings thereof, the house may declare his seat vacant. It means, imagine there is an MP in any of the house, be it Lok Sabha, be it Rajya Sabha, without permission from the house. The MP is not attending the session of the parliament, and if the attendance does not take place for around 60 working days of the parliament, then the seat of the MP can be declared vacant. So remember this term, that is 60 days. 60 days, however, do not account for any period during which the house is prorogued or adjourned for more than 4 consecutive days. So here the point is, what is adjournment and what is prorogued? So adjournment means that the house is not working. It is not, dissolution has not taken place, only the adjournment of the house has taken place. It means for a particular time period the adjournment of the house has taken place, and then after that the house will meet again. Prorogued means that the house is not in working condition. This is also not exactly like dissolution, because under dissolution it means that the suspension of the house has taken place, but adjournment, the house can take place after few hours, after few days. So the time period is not exactly given, but prorogued means that the house will not take place after few hours. That means that the house is not working now. So 60 days, the term 60 days do not account for any period during which the house is prorogued or adjourned for more than 4 consecutive days. So if in a continuity for around 4 days the house is prorogued or adjourned, then that number of days will not be counted under those 60 days. Period of absence is only calculated based on the actual sittings of the parliament. It means that the number of days the parliament has worked, so that will be counted in those 60 days. Now coming to the other clauses of Article 101, that is Article 101 Clause 1, Clause 2 and Clause 3. So Clause 1 talks about that no person shall be a member of both houses of parliament, and provision shall be made by parliament by law for the vacation of a seat by a person who is chosen a member of both houses of his seat in one house or the other. It means that if a person has won seats from both the houses, like for example Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, then the person cannot be member from both the houses, he needs to choose one. Then Article 101 Clause 2 talks about that no person shall be a member both of parliament and of a house of the legislature of a state. It means that the person cannot be an MP and an MLA at the same time. And if a person is chosen a member both of parliament and of a house of the legislature of a state, then at the expiration of such period as may be specified in the rules made by the president, so whatever rules has been made by the president, that will be followed. That person's seat in parliament shall become vacant unless he has previously resigned his seat in the legislature of the state. It means that if there is a person who has one seat in either, he has one seat as an MP and also as an MLA. So whatever rules has been made by the president, the person can be present only in one scenario. First of all, the person can choose that in which case he wants, whether he wants to be an MP or an MLA. But if that person's seat in parliament shall become vacant unless he has previously resigned his seat in the state legislature. So if the person has not resigned as an MLA, then his seat as an MP will not be safe. In this case also the vacation of the seat can take place. Then Article 101 Clause 3. So that is, if a member of either house of parliament, be it Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, becomes subject to any of the disqualifications mentioned in Clause 1 or Clause 2 of Article 102. So there are certain disqualifications given under Article 102 in Clause 1 and Clause 2. Or resigns his seat by writing under his hand addressed to the chairman or the speaker, as the case may be. Or the person can also give his resignation. Then in that case also the seat can be vacated. And his resignation is accepted by the chairman or the speaker, as the case may be, his seat shall be vacant then. So the person can resign by himself or herself, then the seat may be vacant. Then the disqualifications which is given under Article 102, if any of the disqualification follows, then also the seat of the MP or the MP can be vacant. So these are few of the conditions. Like for example, see, between Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, the person has to choose one. Between the parliament and the state legislature, the person has to choose one. And if he wants to be a member of the parliament, then he has to resign from the state legislature. Then the resignation from the person can come. Then under Article 102, the disqualifications has been provided. So if any of the disqualification follows, in all these cases, the seat of an MP can be vacated. And then if the person is not attending the proceedings of the parliament for 60 working days, then also the seat will be vacated. Now MPs can seek leave or not. So let's see. For long absences, MPs write to the Committee on Absence of the Members from the sitting of the House. So, if an MP wants to go on the leave, the MP can also apply for the leave, and this leave goes to the Committee on Absence. And basically, the leaves are accepted. It is rarely that the leaves are rejected by the committee. Committee makes recommendations on each leave application, which are then ratified by the House concerned. And applications, the leave applications are basically accepted. Even if an MP is absent for more than 60 days, the House has to declare the seat vacant, meaning the matter has to be put to vote. So even if the MP is like absent for more than 60 days, like for example 65 days or 70 days, the MP has not attended the working of the Parliament, then the House will declare the seat vacant. It is not that the seat will become vacant on its own. The people or the House will have to declare that the seat has been vacant, and then the matter will be put to vote, or then the voting will take place on that matter of the vacation of the seat. And now in the end, the prelims MCQ, and like always, you people will give me the answer in the comment section. So the question is, for how many days a member of either House of Parliament is without permission of the House absent from all meetings thereof, the House may declare his seat vacant. So that is 50 days, 60 days, 70 days or 90 days. We have discussed this in the video. So give me the answer in the comment section. And that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time. Keep reading, keep writing and keep subscribing to the channel. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.